Hello dear friends, I am going to take now the next lecture regarding the spherical coordinate in separation of variables. That is also one of the examples we are going to conduct. This example is opposite example to the previous example which we have studied. In that case, we have find out the surface charge density on a sphere of radius capital R. Here the surface charge density is given and you have to find out what is the potential outside the region is going to be there. So this is the example 3.9. A specified charge density sigma 0 theta, which is already given to you, is equal to k cos theta. It is a function of theta. Is glued. It is distributed over the surface of spherical shell of radius capital R. Find the resulting potential inside and outside the sphere. So we have to find out inside the sphere also as well as outside the sphere also. So in this example, the boundary conditions is given. You can consider that potential on the surface or specified charge density sigma 0 theta is specified on the surface of the sphere, and that is equal to k cos theta. Now we have to find out the potential inside the sphere or and as well as outside the sphere. One of the normal way is this. You could of course do this by direct integration. That is potential V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 surface integration of sigma 0 upon R dA. By separation of variable, it is going to be more easier. This equation here, it looks to be easier, but if you find out R etc. and substitute value of sigma 0 is equal to k cos theta, then this integration is slightly difficult compared to method of separation of variables in spherical coordinate system. Now we know that what is the general solutions? The general solutions of Laplace equation and spherical coordinate with azimuthal symmetry is equal to V r theta, that is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity AL rs to L PL cos theta plus BL upon rs to L PL cos theta will be there. This is the general equations. But we know that inside the sphere, potential will blow up at the origin if and hence all BL must be 0. So inside the sphere, we have to consider all coefficient is going to be 0. Otherwise, the potential will blow up at the origin like this one. If you substitute here R is equal to 0, then this equation is going to be infinite. That means potential will blow up at the origin, and hence to make this 0, all BLs must be 0 from L is equal to 0 to infinity inside the sphere. So inside the sphere, the equation or the potential can be given by this equations. Thus, the potential V is a function of R and theta, that is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity AL rs to L PL cos theta, where small r is less than or equal to 0. So this equation represents the potential inside the sphere. Similarly, in exterior region of the sphere, that means at a large distance, if R is greater than capital R, then the potential should tends to 0. This is only happen if all ALs are going to be 0. Otherwise, this potential will not go to the 0 at infinity, and to make it 0, all ALs must be 0 outside the sphere, and hence we can say that potential V is a function of R and theta is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity BL upon rs to L plus 1 PL cos theta, where R small r is greater than or equal to capital R. So this equation 3.79 represents the potential outside the sphere, where all ALs are going to be 0. Remember, these two functions must be joined together by appropriate boundary conditions at the surface itself. That means in both these equations we have seen here, in a previous equation as well as in this equations, R is less than or equal to 0 or R is greater than or equal to 0. That means potential at R is equal to R, it can be given by this equation also, and it can be given by this equation also. So, these two equations can be combined or it can be equate at R is equal to capital R. So, these two functions must be joined together by appropriate boundary conditions at the surface itself. So, the potential is continuous at R is equal to R. So, we can equate these two equations, that means potential outside the sphere and potential inside the sphere, they will be continuous at R is equal to R, and sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity AL small r is converted into capital R at R is equal to R, that is why. So, capital R raised to L PL cos theta is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity BL upon capital R raised to L plus 1 PL cos theta. Equating this, and the coefficients for the Legendre's polynomials are going to be equal. So, by that way we can cancel out PL cos theta and both the sides. If we make the subject of the formula BL, then BL is equal to AL capital R raised to 2L plus 1. So, we have obtained the relations between the coefficient BL and AL. BL in terms of the AL, that means BL is equal to AL capital R raised to 2L plus 1 using these boundary conditions. That is equation 3.81. To prove that, formally multiply both the side of the equation 3.80 by PL cos theta sin theta and integrate from 0 to pi using the orthogonality relation 3.80, and we have got this equations, actually the previous equations, that is BL is equal to AL capital R raised to 2L plus 1. Second things, we know that second radial derivative of V suffers at discontinuity at the surface. So, radial derivative either you say or normal derivative of the V perpendicular to the surface, that means inside and outside, they will suffer discontinuity at the surface, that is R is equal to capital R. So, we can write this equation del V out upon del R. V out means the potential outside the sphere and V in corresponds to potential inside the sphere. So, if we differentiate potential outside the sphere with respect to R minus potential inside the sphere differentiated with respect to R at R is equal to R, from that we can find out the surface charge density sigma 0 by using this relations. Sorry. So, in this relations you can see that that is equal to minus 1 upon epsilon 0 sigma naught theta. So, these equations we have to differentiate with respect to R. So, V out we have to differentiate with respect to R, from that we have to subtract the V in differentiated with respect to R, that, and then we have to substitute R is equal to capital R, and this is equal to minus sigma naught, which is a function of theta, upon epsilon 0, that we can find out sigma naught theta. So, V out, how we will get it? We have already got it in this equations. This is V out and this is going to be your V in. So, you have to differentiate equation 3.79. So, how you will differentiate this one? BL upon RS12 plus 1. So, you have to differentiate with respect to R. So, what you are going to get? This is you can take into numerator. So, RS2 minus inside the bracket L plus 1. So, here there is a minus L plus 1 into RS2 minus L plus 1 minus 1. So, you can say that minus outside and bracket L plus 2 will be there, PL cos theta, and then you can substitute here small r is equal to capital R, and that way you can represent that equation there. Similarly, this is V in, that is potential inside the sphere. So, L is equal to 0 to infinity and you have to differentiate with respect to R. So, R s to L, that means L into R s to L minus 1, that is the equation, and this small r is going to be converted at capital R. So, this we have to subtract from del V out upon del R minus del V in upon del R. So, here that expression is given here, del V out upon del R is given by this one, sigma minus sign, because it is minus L plus 1 will be there. So, that comes out, L is equal to 0 to infinity dl upon capital R is to L plus 2, that we have got the differentiation and we have substituted small r is equal to capital R, PL cos theta minus del V in upon del R, that means potential inside the sphere was differentiated, L into R is to L minus 1, that is R is converted into capital R, AL PL cos theta, that is equal to minus 1 upon epsilon 0 sigma naught theta, that is the equation we got it. Now, here we can substitute value of BL in terms of AL. So, what is BL is equal to? BL is equal to AL into capital R raised to 2L plus 1. So, here there is a AL into capital R raised to 2L plus 1 into this denominator also capital R raised to L plus 2 is there. So, if you take into numerator, then you will get it that simplification of this one is AL into capital R raised to L minus 1. So, here also AL into capital R raised to L minus 1 will be there. Here also AL into capital R raised to L minus 1 is there. PL cos theta, both the side it is going to be common. Remains this minus sign, and this minus sign, they will be cancelled out. So, here also you can consider it is a plus L plus 1. Here also you can consider plus L. So, L plus 1 plus L into whatever common was there. So, 2L plus 1. So, we get these equations, that is sigma L is equal to 0 to infinite, this combining this both the sigma 2L plus 1, that is L plus 1 plus L. So, it is going to be 2L plus 1. What was common? AL R raised to L minus 1 was common, PL cos theta was common, is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 sigma naught theta. So, this is the equation 3.83. From here, the coefficients can be determined using the Fourier trick. That means the Legendre's polynomials are having a property of orthogonality, and hence we can utilize the Fourier trick. That means we can multiply PL cos theta, PL dash cos theta and sin theta and integrate in the limit from 0 to pi both the sides. We will find out what is the coefficients will be there. AL and BL can be obtained. So, here if you consider this is going to be PL cos theta, PL dash cos theta on the left hand side, sin theta d theta, and that integration is equal to 2 upon 2L plus 1 if L is equal to L, and if it is L is not equal to L, then that integrand is going to be 0. So, out of this all L's which is changing from L is equal to 0 to infinity, only one L where L is equal to L dash, that coefficient is going to be survive. All other coefficients are going to be drop out. That means we can say that on the left hand side what remains? AL capital R raised to L minus 1 to L plus 1, and here this integration is nothing but 2 upon 2L plus 1. So, here denominator is 2L plus 1, here numerator is also 2L plus 1. So, they will be both cancel out, that means it remains 2 into AL R raised to capital L minus 1, this is only remains, this is equal to this things into PL dash cos theta, sin theta d theta will be there, making the subject of the formula AL. That means here there was 2 was there, that is taken this side. So, 2 epsilon 0 and R raised to L minus 1, that is also taken here on the right hand side. So, this coefficient becomes 1 upon 2 epsilon 0 R raised to L minus 1 integration from 0 to pi sigma naught theta PL cos theta sin theta d theta. This equation is 3.84. Once we obtain AL, we can obtain BL also. Equation 3.78 and equation 3.79 constitute the solutions to our problem with the coefficient given by equation 3.81 and 3.84. What does that mean? You understand? I think so that our first we have find out the potential 3.78 and 3.79. That is the potential V in potential and V out potential that we already find out. That is V is a function of r n theta, that is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity AL Rs to L PL cos theta. This is equation 3.78. So, this is your solutions, potential inside the sphere. And what is the coefficient given for AL? The coefficient given for the AL is given by this equation 3.84. Similarly, the potential outside the sphere is nothing but given by 3.79, that is V is a function of r n theta, that is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity BL upon small r raised to L plus 1 PL cos theta. This is the potential given outside the sphere with the coefficient given by BLs. Now BLs can be obtained in terms of ALs. So once you can find out the ALs, you can obtain the BLs. What is the BLs? BL is equal to AL R raised to capital R raised to 2L plus 1. So that you can substitute using 3.84 and that way you can find out that these are the solutions for inside the sphere as well as outside the sphere for the potential. Now, specific condition. Let us take a specific condition. For instance, if sigma 0 theta is equal to k cos theta is given, that means sigma 0, which is a surface charge density which is non-uniformly distributed, or it is a function of theta which is given in terms of k cos theta, and that we can write in terms of Legendre's polynomials. That means k into cos theta is nothing but p1 cos theta. So that is equation 3.85. This we can substitute here in our previous example. So in this one we can substitute, that is sigma 0 theta is equal to k into p1 cos theta. That is, if we substituted, we can find out the value of AL as well as PL also. If the sigma 0 theta is, you consider that it is equal to k p1 cos theta, and this is going to be PL cos theta sin theta d theta. That means only one value of L is equal to 1. This integration is going to be survived. All other integrations for L is having not equal to 1, that integrand is going to be 0. That means only one value of A1 AL is going to be possible, that is for L is equal to 1. All other ALs are going to be 0. So only A1 is going to be survived, and similarly only B1 is going to be survived. So this indicates sigma 0 theta is equal to k cos theta, that is equal to k times p1 cos theta for some constant k, then all the ALs are 0 except for L is equal to 1. That integrand is going to be survived using the orthogonality property, and hence we can say that A1 is equal to 0 to pi p1 cos theta, because PL is also taken to be p1. So p1 cos theta whole square sin theta d theta, and this integration is nothing but 2 upon 2L plus 1. So L is equal to 1. So in a numerator, that is a 2, in denominator 2 into 1 plus 1, that is going to be 3. So 2 by 3 will be there, and that is substituted here. So if we substituted, that is here 2 by 3. So this 2 will be cancelled out here. So 1 upon 3 epsilon 0 r s to L is equal to 1. So 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. So r s to 0, that is going to be 1. So what happens? A1 is equal to k upon 3 epsilon 0 is going to be coefficients. Here actually I forgot to write that coefficient here. So if we consider that one, we'll find out that A1 is equal to k upon 3 epsilon 0. Therefore, the potential inside the sphere is given by V, which is a function of r and theta, that is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity Al r raised to L PL cos theta. Only one value of L is going to be possible, that is going to be 1. So A1 r raised to 1 P1 cos theta. A1 is equal to 3 upon k upon 3 epsilon 0. R raised to 1 means r, and this P1 cos theta is equal to cos theta. That means this is the potential inside the sphere will be there. That is small r is less than or equal to capital R. This is the potential. We have already find out specific potential inside the sphere. Similarly, the relations between BL and AL we know here. BL is equal to AL r raised to 2L plus 1. Value of AL I am substituting here k upon 3 epsilon 0, and only one value of L is going to be possible, that is going to be 1. So r raised to 2 plus 1, so r cube. So only B1 is going to be exist, and B1 is equal to k upon 3 epsilon 0 r cube will be there. This can be substituted here. Whereas outside the sphere, that means the potential is given by this equation. V is a function of r and theta, that is equal to sigma L is equal to 0 to infinity BL upon small r raised to L plus 1 PL cos theta. Here we can substitute the value of B1, because only one value of L is equal to 1 is going to be survive this equation. So for r is greater than equal to capital R, that means outside the sphere, this potential can be given as V is a function of r and theta, that is equal to, now BL is equal to k upon 3 epsilon 0 r cube, and this small r upon small r raised to 1 plus 1, so 2. So capital R cube upon small r square P1 cos theta, that is equal to cos theta. So this is the potential outside the sphere we can find out here. Now in particular, if sigma 0 theta is induced charge on a metal sphere, just like in a previous example, that was we have considered a metal sphere, and the charge which was charge density which was specified or which is going to be distributed is taken like this. In a particular, if sigma 0 theta is induced charge on a metal sphere, an external electric field E0 Z, so that k is equal to value of k, constant k, is taken to be 3 epsilon 0 E0, equation 3.77, then the potential inside the sphere is equal to E0 r cos theta, and that is equal to E0 Z, and the field is equal to minus E0 Z caret. Exactly right to cancel off the external field, as of course it should be inside the sphere. So inside the sphere, and hence the induced electric field and external electric field, they are going to be the same and they will cancel each other, and that's why inside the sphere the electric field is going to be 0. Outside the sphere, the potential due to this surface charge is equal to capital E0 capital R cube upon R square cos theta, consistent with our conclusion in example 3.8. So we can consider 3.9 example is a mirror image of the example 3.8. Thank you very much, friends.